They were pulling out, they were closing down the operation, they were done. That contract went from 70,000 down to, I think, 2,500 a month.
Holy moly.
It was a huge hit and kind of a wake-up call.
Tell us about some of the challenges that you faced.
Good question, Corey, because we didn't get fired, but this big industrial park, it was a few hundred acres, big industrial manufacturing and warehouse buildings up there. And we did all the common area, all the slopes. We did some of the buildings in the park. The developer was out of Canada, a company called Cadillac Fairview. Well, the recession hit mid to late 90s. We had a real estate recession. And Cadillac Fairview called us in on a Friday morning. I'll never forget. It was kind of Black Friday for us, and said, Hey, look, and this contract at the time was around 60 or 70,000 a month. It was a big contract.
Oh, wow. That's a huge contract.
Yeah, it was enormous. And that contract went from, 60, 70,000 down to, I think, 2,500 a month that coming Monday.
Holy moly.
They were pulling out, they were closing down the operation, and, they were done. And so, we had a massive layoff of workforce and, just a skeleton crew just to do the basic maintenance for this park for, the next few years until the city came in and took over all that property and became a city maintenance contract, which we ended up getting back because we were very familiar with it. And it continued, it started to build back up. Never where it was in the day, but, got to be, again, one of our larger contracts. But I tell you, we were like, how are we going to survive this? And fortunately, we had enough business. We could kind of stabilize and make the necessary cuts to weather the storm. But it was a huge hit and kind of a wake-up call to make sure that, moving forward, we didn't have one large account that dominated our portfolio where if we did lose it, it could sink the ship.
It's funny. I had an experience once where this is when my dad still owned our family business, and my brother and I had taken over our Colorado office. And the team in Colorado was like, this is starting to really feel like a family business. And some of the guys realized they were never going to be an owner in the company. And so one of those guys hired all of the employees in one day.
Oh, gee.
And we went from having 5 project managers to none overnight. And it was my brother and I sitting alone in this crappy warehouse. At the time, I thought the entire world had ended, right? In the end, it turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to us because we learned a couple of things. One, it made us truly the boss of the business. Whereas before we're like these dumb owners' kids. But we also had to really, really learn through adversity.